this player is going to have to be tracking the mumbo out, get around a pick and stay with him, which probably isn't very likely. So someone's going to have to slide to A6 as he comes over the top, right? And the problem is, with a recovery having just happened, that's probably not going to happen. Now, even the switch is hard because the switch was a slide who then is sliding to a player. And as this pick happens, he then becomes a switch player. So the player who is coming over the top gets open really often. What's going on, everybody? I'm Patrick from POWLAX, where we create confident coaches because confident coaches create great environments for players. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you the 1-4-1 double mumbo to weave set play. So it's like your 1-4-1 double mumbo, but now we're going to continue it and get like 6 or 7 better looks out of it. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it can flow into your offensive motion, kind of depending on what you run. But Cherry Creek destroyed us with this, and obviously they have really good players, but there was one aspect of it that made it really, really difficult for our players to adapt to exactly what they needed to do, and it's basically just the fact that the first recovering defenseman ended up needing to be another slide, or we'd have to have someone who was like a 2 or a 3 then become a 1 really quickly. And so I'm really excited to show you it. But before we get started, this video is brought to you by POWLAX.com. This is where we house and organize all of the coaching content we have. We got a new lacrosse section, coaching strategy section, practice drills, how to practice at home. And then what I want to show you today is a couple of new things. The first is our coaches training programs. I have been working for like 7 years to be able to offer something like this that will get coaches who are either new to the game or just really want to hone in on running a great practice and building a great program. And so we've got the Youth Lacrosse Coaches Masterclass, which is top to bottom, everything you need to run exceptional practices and make sure that your players are getting all of the information quickly and efficiently so they can have really great IQs as well. We've got the Complete Youth Lacrosse Coaching Masterclass, which is for like 10-year-olds to like 18 high school practices because they're learning the same things. The key is, what do you want to expect from them? But then there's also the kind of 10U, 8U, and under, like the newcomer stuff, which is if you've got a bunch of players that just need to learn the game, how do you make practices to where that's just the best part of their week? That's really one of the initiatives I've been wanting to do the entire time, right? Create confident coaches because confident coaches create great environments for players. And I'm so excited to be able to offer these 2 coaches training programs. If you're looking to develop your players' skills a bit quicker, one of the most important things you can do is have a really easy set of verbiage to where when they are playing in practice, they're going to know exactly what you mean as quickly as possible so that when you say things, it actually matters. And so I created a skill verbiage cheat sheet that you guys can download for free at POWLAX.com/cheat sheet. You're essentially going to come to this page, put in your email. I'm going to email it straight to you, and it's got offensive and defensive stuff there. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is the new branded master classes. So basically, our master classes use strategies, and you can either train with them yourself to learn the strategy and then test out of it, or you can send it to your players and have them test out of it. And so what we've created is essentially a way to have a set of like 5 master classes, say an offense, a defense, a ride, a clear, then maybe a man up, or if you're new, if you've got new kids, you're going to do fundamentals. And essentially, when you are going to be training something in practice, you're going to send it to them a little bit before, and they're going to test out of it. And then they're going to arrive at practice ready to go. Maybe they do it with their teammates, so they're going to build the communication tactics of exactly how they're going to do it. And because everybody knows there's no coaching bottleneck. So everyone knows the expectations. Everyone is accountable to it. So if you got a kid who misses practice due to a dentist appointment, or maybe he's got to go to DECA or whatever he has to do, they're going to have a resource to understand what you want so that when they get to practice, they'll be able to put their skill set into it rather than having to rely on listening to you at practice in a chalk talk where there might be distractions. It's an absolutely powerful tool. I'm really excited for people to see it. And so definitely check that out. And now let's head in and dissect the 1-4-1 mumbo to weave set play that Creek used to absolutely destroy us. And so to do that, we're going to use Lacrosse Lab. Now, Lacrosse Lab is a digital play animator that you can create an account and then design your digital plays. Now, if you want to share those plays with your team, you got to get a Lacrosse Lab account, but it's really easy to do. It's really easy to navigate. Now, if you want my playbooks, you don't have to design all of these plays and diagrams yourself. You can do that by going to POWLAX.com/PDP or becoming a POWLAX Gold member, and the Gold membership allows you to send the plays that I've designed to your team, so you don't have to take the time to design all of those things. Now, within this, we are going to go to offense, set plays, and we're going to scroll down a bit to the 1-4-1 double mumbo to weave. And so essentially, I'm just going to teach you a little bit of the basics of what this is, and then we're going to go into the actual play. So mumbo means man under man backs out. So the players on the crease are going to back out under a pick set by the outside players who are coming in to pick. That is a mumbo action. Man under other man backs out. Now, within the 1-4-1, we're going to have our best dodger, or whoever's got the best matchup, to come way up top and begin their dodge. And we're just going to spread them out as much as possible so that he can potentially use a speed dodge, or however he likes to dodge, he's going to do that. Now, we want to give him a lot of time to see the reads because there are a bunch of other reads we can look through as he's dodging. But for the most part, we're going to talk through the mumbo, the pass down, and into the weave. Now, that mumbo action is happening on both sides. That's relatively important. You could do it where they don't do it on the backside, but if this guy picks the other direction, you want to make sure that the players who are catching the ball on the mumbo are then strong-handed coming over the top. As the dodge happens and the mumbos happen, this is where the magic of the play occurs. Now, you're going to see this LSM here has to recover in, and the sliding defenseman is now going to either be picked or slam picked by the player who is dodging, or he is going to essentially be skipped and then have to slide and then switch. But so as the pass goes down, the player who originally had the ball is going to set a pick on the mumboing player. And now as he curls topside, this player is going to have to be tracking the mumbo out, get around a pick and stay with him, which probably isn't very likely. So someone's going to have to slide to A6 as he comes over the top, right? And the problem is, with a recovery having just happened, that's probably not going to happen. Now, even the switch is hard because the switch was a slide who then is sliding to a player. The ball moves. Now he's getting picked down or he's then becoming someone who has to be a switch. The player who is coming over the top gets open really often. Now, here's the other part of the magic of it. Now, someone's got to pick him up, but this player's recovering. These two players, you could just shoot it over to him for a step down too, but look how wide open M3 is here. This is what they crushed us on. As he came topside and we didn't know who would slide, first he just stepped down and shot the ball. Then the next time he came across, he dumped it right here to this player. Then the next time we kind of moved over and he threw it right to the other player. But so basically you're creating this option of as he comes over the top, who's he going to, throw to? He's got a bunch of different options sitting right on the doorstep. If he shoots it, we got easy backup. And if nothing happens, he passes down to the other side guy, and this guy comes back up over into your weave action. It's absolutely ridiculously hard to defend, and I just really wanted to share it to you because it totally tore us up. But so that is the 1-4-1 double mumbo to weave set play. Let's watch it again. Double mumbos, pass down, pick down, and then he comes through top side and he's got a ton of different reads. It's very, very effective. I think if you train it pretty well and you have the player who's coming over the top be a pretty good shooter, pretty good feeder, you're going to have a field day running this, especially, if you're running at the JV level, you're going to have two really good players, right? You're going to have the player who is mumboing out to catch the ball to then be the feeder, as well as the dodger is going to have to be pretty good. But once you get him in that 1-4-1 set and then you isolate the player you want to dodge on, it really becomes pretty easy to beat that player, draw the slide, pass down to a pick, and then you're coming over the top to just free space coming, right down the gut, and then to a bunch of other feeds. And you also have the last end option, which is to then throw to the next forward player to begin the weave action, which is your pass down, pick down on the opposite side, which can also kind of create that motion again. But so it's a really unbelievable play. I definitely was blown away when we played against it. It was really hard to cover. It was really hard to scout. And obviously they had really good players, but the problem for us was really understanding who the next slide was going to be after we slid, recovered, then got picked, would have been a switch. Like, it really puts the defense in a very tough situation. But so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know what you guys thought down in the comments section. Make sure to follow POWLAX on all of the social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Sign up for my email list and get the free skill verbiage cheat sheet at powlax.com/cheat sheet. That's CHEATSHEET. Have a good one, and I will see you guys in the next video.